say most Nigerian women love to marry a man from their tribe, a man from their country. There's this culture, there's this norm that you should marry somebody who speaks the same language with you. You should marry somebody who is from same tribe. Most South African men are privileged. They are given the privilege to pay Lobola like gradually. Lobola is bride price. You might decide to pay twice, you might decide to pay 3 times, depending. But in my place where I come from, when a man says he wants to marry you, he's expected to pay everything at once. We've come to understand that if this man don't pay everything, I will not go and live with him.
I totally disagree with her because Nigerian ladies don't have problems with where they go to or where they marry from. Now, a typical South African man is extremely afraid, so scared of marrying a Nigerian lady because of her size of shoe. Because to them, is a turn off. Like I know a lot of people that have given birth to like 2, 3 kids without even paying the dowry.
Thank you so very much. In today's video, I'll be talking about the main reasons why Nigerian women do not marry or go into a relationship with South African men, most Nigerian women. If this is something you would love to watch, please definitely keep on watching. Before I go into this video, I just want to give you a backstory. So most times when I have jobs, my brides send their brothers or their relations to come fetch me to the wedding venue. When you're with someone in a car, conversations would definitely happen. The last 2 weeks, I had 2 different weddings to attend, and I had 2 men come fetch me to the wedding venue. And to my greatest surprise, you guys, the question I was being thrown at is, why is it that Nigerian women don't date South African men? Why? That apart, if you go down on my comment section, you will see 2 or 3 people mention the same thing. 2 or 3 people made mention of this same thing. I gave them some of the reasons, and that's exactly what I want to share with you today. Number 1 reason why Nigerian women don't marry or go into a relationship with South African men is the fact that most Nigerian women are brought here by their husbands. Okay, that is the number 1 reason. And don't forget, these reasons are my personal reasons, they're my personal opinion. Most of us came here because of our husbands. Most of us are here because our husbands brought us here. And of course, when you're married, you're married. You can't marry 2 men now. So yeah. The second reason would be most Nigerian women love to marry a man from their tribe, a man from their country, a man from their village, a man from their state. Why do I say so? I say so because I'm a Nigerian and I know this thing. It's like a norm for a Nigerian woman to marry a man from her tribe, a man from her country. It's something that has been imbibed in us. Let me just give you an example of what I'm saying. This particular reason do not only affect South African men, it also affects Nigerian men as well. I'm not talking about only Nigerian women in South Africa now. Even those in Nigeria, okay? There's this culture, there's this norm that you should marry somebody who speaks the same language with you. You should marry somebody who is from same tribe. If you're in Nigeria, you know what I'm talking about. Even to the extent that most Nigerian parents will tell the daughter that you can't marry a man from this state. You should marry a man from the same state as us. I've seen it happen in several occasions, uncountable occasions. It has happened to people around me and all that. It's not a thing of South African men now. I'm giving you an instance with what Nigerian men also go through. Some Nigerian men might decide to marry a girl from a different state, and the girl's parents will be like, no. You can't marry a man from this state. You have to marry a man who is from around here. You have to marry a man from the same local government. You have to marry a man from the same, from the same province. I know South Africans do not say state. You have to marry a man from the same province and all that. So it doesn't only affect South African men now in this instance, it also affects Nigerian men. So you see, it's like a culture, it's like a norm, something we are used to. And also, let me also give you a story. One of those guys I mentioned at the beginning of this video, he told me a story about how he was dating a lady from the neighboring countries close to South Africa. I can't remember which country exactly. He told me how he was dating the girl. The girl came to South Africa and she was working for someone, and he loved the girl and he asked the girl to come live with her. He's going to open up a business for her and eventually they might get married. When he told her about his plans for her, she came up with a story and was like, no, my uncle said I must come back to our country to marry. My uncle said I must come back home to get married. I mustn't get married to a South African and all that. And that was how they broke up. This is something that comes from culture. It's something that has been happening for years, okay? So most times we tend to follow suits, we tend to follow our culture and our tradition and all that. The third reason why most Nigerian women in South Africa do not marry South African men would be the fact that South African women do not really say good things about their men, if you get what I mean. Most South African women do not really say good things about South African men. This particular reason is somehow sensitive and complicated because you don't really need to generalize, but it's one reason. It is one reason. And most times I feel like it is not reason enough, or I beg to differ, because I tend to make friends with matured women. I tend to make friends with women that are not of my age. This is something that I've been used to even when I was back home. I make friends with people older than me, and it's just as if there's something about me that draws me to older women or older people. So I've seen a lot of them tell me good things about their marriage. I've seen a lot of South African women who tell me good things about their husbands. One of my brides, she told me a very, very interesting story of how she stick with her husband. Her husband has been faithful to her and all that. And when he wanted to pay Lobola, they charged him 20,000 rand in 2011. And now in 2021, he paid 60,000 rand and he was charged 20,000 rand. But now he decided to pay 60,000. Not even only this instance, I've got a lot of instances, okay? I've got a lot of South African women who talk good things about their husbands. I work with women, so, I know what I'm talking about. If you're somebody who do not really mingle with South African women a lot, especially the older women, you might generalize when you hear things like South African men, they do this, they do that. You might generalize. So I'm just telling every lady who is a foreigner, not specifically to Nigerians now, if you're interested in dating a South African man, be open-minded. Don't just generalize with what you've heard or stuff like that. So if I had generalized, I will not be open-minded to hear from other women or something. I will just generalize. So generalizing it's not really good. If you have other points, please leave it down in the comment section. Let's continue the conversation there. I know this conversation will be is a very sensitive and interesting one. So let's just talk about it. When you talk about things, you get informed. When you voice out, people get involved and learn also from what you have to say. So the last but not the least of the reasons why I think most Nigerian women do not marry or go into a relationship with South African men is the fact that most South African men are privileged when it comes to paying Lobola. What do I mean by that? Here in South Africa, like I have noticed where I stay, I'm not generalizing now, where I stay, I've noticed that they are given the privilege to pay Lobola like gradually. Lobola is bride price in my country, So here in South Africa, they are given the privilege to pay gradually. Maybe you were asked to pay 40,000 rand for your partner or for your wife. Maybe you don't have exactly 40,000 rand at that moment. They give you the privilege to pay gradually. So you'll be living with your partner and paying the Lobola. You might decide to pay twice, you might decide to pay 3 times, depending. I've also seen it with most Nigerian men who marry South Africans. They do it like that as well. In Nigeria, Nigerian men are not given this privilege. I would say for my culture, I don't know about other cultures or other tribes, but in my place where I come from, when a man says he wants to marry you, he's expected to pay everything at once. If he's charged 100,000, 50,000, 10,000, whatever amount he's being charged, whatever amount that's going to be involved in bride price paying, traditional marriage and all that, he's expected to do everything. Where I am from, this is how they do it. And we as women will come to understand that if this man don't pay everything, I will not go and live with him. I'm not going to his house, because this is what they've imbibed in us. This is what they've made us to understand, that if you're bringing a man home saying he's coming to marry you, they want him to pay everything. They're not really giving that privilege. So hence the reason why most Nigerian women would not want to marry South African men, because they'll be like, he might decide to pay instrumentally and my mom will not like it, or my dad will not like it, or they will shame my parents because of that. All those culture things. So that's just one of the reasons. If you're dating a Nigerian man, you already know that if he doesn't have the money to come and pay for your bride price or do your traditional marriage, he must wait until he's ready. You already know that. But Here in South Africa, most South African men, they are given that privilege to pay, pay gradually until you finish paying. If you have the money to pay at once, you can as well do that also. So I feel like this is one of the reasons why Nigerian women do not marry or go into a relationship with South African men. I just want to talk about the solution here. The solution to all this, the solution to all the reasons I've just listed here. For me, I would say open-mindedness. If we can be open-minded to a lot of things, if we can be open-minded to relationship, open-minded to a lot of things, I think Africa will be a better place. I think the world will be a better place. If we can just do away with these little things that do not really matter. Because when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationship, love should be paramount. Love, understanding should be paramount. So if you found understanding and you found love in someone who is not from your tribe, someone who is not from your race, someone who is not same color as you, someone who is not from same state as you, why not go ahead and live with that person? After all, your parents are not going to live with you. Your parents are not going to do the marriage thing with you. Your parents are not going to spend the rest of their life with that person. You are. So, and I'm just so happy that people of our age, people of our generation, we are open-minded. We are trying to do away with these things. In my family, I've got in-laws that are not from my tribe. Yes, and my sisters are living happily. So, yeah, that's the solution to the reasons that I've just given.
Hi, you welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Just Cheesy. So guys, I would like to add few things to what the sister have said. Firstly, she said that Nigerian ladies don't like to marry outside their tribe. And for me, I totally disagree with her because Nigerian ladies don't have problems with where they go to or where they marry from, right? Nigerian ladies actually marry from anywhere they find love, they marry from there, they marry. Why? Nigerian ladies marry from where they find love. They do not have issues with where you're coming from and all that. And I guess I now have the answer to all those questions. Like Nigerian ladies have actually been asked, why is it that South African men, they do not love to marry from our country? They don't like marrying from Nigeria and all that. And the truth is this, I haven't seen any South African man that has come out boldly to say this is the reason why we don't like marrying from Nigeria, right? But this time I've got the answer. Now let me go straight to the point. South African men don't hate Nigerian ladies. No. In fact, they actually love Nigerian ladies so much. But I guess they are scared. Like South African men, they are so afraid. They are so scared to marry from Nigeria. Now, ask me why. Now, a typical South African man is extremely afraid, so scared of marrying a Nigerian lady because of her size of shoe. Because they are like, how can a man be wearing size 8 and a woman will be wearing size 12? Are you getting it? So to them, it's a turn off. Like it's a total turn off. It's a total turn off. Like I don't know if you can imagine someone coming to you and you wear size 11 or size 12, right? And this guy wears size 2. I don't know if you are getting it. Even though I know a lot of Nigerian ladies have been marrying draft, yes, I know a lot of them that marry is draft, right? So to us, all those things are nothing. But it's a total turn off to South African men. Like they never believe that a human being can actually wear size 10, talk more of size 12. Yes, I know a lot of ladies that wear size 12, size 13. So to them, is a total turn off. Now, another one that I totally disagree with her is this one that she said that South African men do pay the Lobola instrumental, right? I guess, okay, and she also said that Nigerians don't do that, that a typical Nigerian family will want you to do everything, blah, 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 sharp, 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 at once, right? Good. That is another reason. Like she's saying that this is a reason. That is another reason why Nigerian ladies can't marry from South Africa. But for me, I guess that's not true. Yeah, that's not true because I know thousands of Nigerian ladies that has been living with their boyfriends. Yeah, boyfriend of 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Are you getting it? Probably the man isn't that buoyant enough to do the dowry, like to pay the bride price, and they have been living together. And I know a lot of people that have given birth to like 2, 3 kids without even paying the dowry. Are you getting it? So that one, I totally disagree with her on that one. Like I totally disagree with her. I also know a lot of people after giving birth, they now the man will not decide to go pay the dowry. Are you getting it? So this one that she's saying that Nigerians can like the family won't agree for you to pay bit by bit or do the lobola bit by bit. I totally disagree with her on that one. Because I know a lot of people that have been living with their boyfriends, they have kids, they have not even paid half, talk more of paying by instrumental. Are you getting it? So that's why I disagree with her on that one. So, guys, if you don't think that you have a reason, like a genuine reason why South African men can't marry from Nigeria or don't marry Nigerian ladies, please kindly state it at the comment section. We all are here to learn. I would also like to learn. But for me, like right now, as I'm talking to you right now, I think the only reason why I feel South African men don't marry from Nigeria is simply because of our shoe sizes. Are you getting it? Aha, that's the only genuine reason. But if you think you have more concrete reasons or genuine reason why South African men can't or don't marry from Nigeria, please state it at the comment section.